Hola, I'm Kevin E.G. Perry from NME, and we're backstage at Mad Cool Festival in Madrid with Greta Kline from Frankie Cosmos. When did you get here? Have you managed to see much of Madrid?
Yeah, we got to Madrid 2 days ago. We just got to the festival just now, so I haven't seen much of the festival, but had a nice, relaxing couple of days walking around and exploring.
What have you seen? Find anything good? Any tips?
We just kind of walked around and just hung out. Not much like legitimate sightseeing, just kind of like dawdling, but it was fun. Yeah.
You're from New York. Tell me a bit about kind of that city and how it influenced. Would you say it's a kind of a big part of your music and kind of the thing that what you create?
Yeah, I think probably is. I mean, I don't know if it's. I think it's probably just how anybody feels about home. Like, I just feel really comfortable there. I feel like I know my way around, and it's nice to have like a home base. And I think like growing up there had an effect on sort of my music, because there was just like a lot of like young people putting together DIY like music and art stuff. So that was a special thing to get to be around. But yeah. It's great.
Well, I mean, it's just I'm interested because for those of us who don't live in New York and look from the outside, I mean, it looks like obviously it's such a historical, famous musical city. It seems like maybe people talk about like the fact that rents are so ridiculous, and maybe it's more difficult for bands to get a start there. Does it still feel like there's a scene and there's people being creative there?
Yeah, it feels like it changes so much that like I don't even really know what the scene is right now there. For example, like we don't play. Like I used to play in New York like at least once a month, and now I play there like once a year because we tour so much. So it's kind of like I don't even really know what the cool places are, and also because of the rent and like just everything, like all the DIY venues like shut down. Like every venue that I grew up going to doesn't exist anymore. So it's kind of like the only venues that survive are like the really corporate ones, and so it's kind of complicated. But I think that there's always people that are like doing the DIY thing. Like there's always people that are going to throw house shows or like make it happen in a backyard or something. So I think that's really special. And I'm definitely not like the voice of it, because I'm not there enough to be cool and hip to everything going on. But it's nice to be able to, I think as much as it's like, yeah, it's not like a easy place for artists to live unless you're like we do, like touring all the time and like basically never there. It's pretty rough, but I think, or unless you like have a different job and just do art on the side. But at the same time, it's like there's a lot of like access to art for young people that I think a lot of other cities don't have. Like for me, growing up there was like all this all ages shows, which as we travel around, I see that a lot of cities don't have shows for people under 21 like at all, especially in America, to go to. So I feel like that was a really lucky thing to have. So I don't know. Yeah,
absolutely. And then
pros and cons, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned there about kind of how you have adjusted as an artist to this kind of life of touring all the time.
Yeah.
How have you found that? Because obviously when you first started out, you were known as being kind of prolific Bandcamp bedroom artist, maybe more. How have you adjusted to being kind of on the road all the time?
Yeah, it's weird. It's totally like changed the way that I write and stuff, because I'm just like never home. So when
Do you manage to write on the road now?
Yeah, like I'll write lyrics and stuff when I'm out on the road, or I'll like maybe write melodies and stuff, but I kind of can't like finish a song until I get home and I'm alone. So like I just spent a couple weeks at home, and I had to sort of like spend all my time like finishing the songs that I had like filling up inside me, and like making demos. It's just like plowing through trying to get the ideas down, because I feel like if I don't record demos, like I get too kind of like there's too much to do. Like I literally spent a day, like one day I just recorded like 9 demos in a day, like last week, because I was just like I need to get these out of me so I can like move on and work on something else. So it kind of like there's a lot more time waiting to finish stuff because we're on tour, but it makes my home time like all the more exciting to me and prolific also. Yeah.
And I guess also it must be nice to come to places like Madrid and know that you have fans here and people are connecting with that.
Yeah, I'm psyched. It's our first show in Spain ever, so I'm really excited to see. We have no idea what it's going to be like. We're like, maybe 2 people will watch, maybe like I don't know what it's going to be like.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be more than 2 people.
I'm
there.
excited, yeah.
And what you've got obviously still a busy summer coming up. I know you're doing Green Man next month.
Yeah.
Do you know much about that festival? I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. I've never been, but we have a friend that like goes every year and has told us about it. It seems cool, so we're excited.
I think it'll be very much your vibe.
Cool,
so that'd
cool.
be great. So look forward to seeing you there, and
Thanks.
look forward to seeing you tonight.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.